What poppin', y'all? Welcome to the first 3 a.m. Bible talk. As you can see, my voice is deep. But today's verse of the day, if you don't have the U version out, it's Matthew 7, verse 7, NIV. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open. So when I first came on my spiritual journey, I used to like the motivation gospel. That what got me in there. Pastor Mike Todd, Pastor Mike Jr. But recently, I've been listening to Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell because that will feed me. As you know, like when you first come to Christ, you be drinking milk like a baby. And then you be needing that meat after. So I'm saying the pastor like Mike Todd, Mike Jr., he's still in there, but they kind of be feeding you milk. But Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, he feeds you that meat. No cap. But when I first came to Christ, I was asking for things like subscribers, money. I thought I was coming to Christ he finna help me achieve the goals and the desires of my heart and the passions I had burning up in my heart when it don't work like that. So the things we need to really ask for, not saying the things I ask for now instead of money, is joy, peace, happiness, strength, making power, him making his power perfect in my weakness, stuff like that instead of money, things that will fade away. But as you do know, it's a verse, Matthew 6:33. It says, seek first the kingdom of heaven, and everything else will be added on to it. I don't know what that everything else is, but there might be joy, peace, and happiness. But we like to twist verses and make it about money and worldly things and the desires of our hearts when it's a verse that says he will give us the desires of our heart. So what I think he means by he will give the desires of our heart is the desires he wants us to desire. That's what he will give us, and that's what we will do with our life. But asking, I'm not telling you what you should ask for, but I think I know what it means where it says basically when you humble yourself before Adonai, the Lord, or whatever, when you humble yourself before him and you seek to him, and you draw near to him, you will become like him. As such, when you hang around a group of friends, you start to act like them, whether you know it or not. You do act like them, cause I know when I first came, my arm hurt. I'm sorry. When I first came and I was still hanging around these people, I'm good by myself. But when I go back around, I'm cussing. I'm doing the things I'm trying to get away from. But when the same thing, when you draw near to God, you start to act more like him. You start to experience more peace. You start to experience more joy, faith, happiness, because you know who your creator is. And you know, when you know better, you do better. And it's facts. When you know better, you do better. But I understand it's not a lot of people like that in the world, so you could easily drift away. So you can actually start to feel lonely and feel like this the only friend you got. When really, just pray and he will send you the friend you need. But sometimes it's good to be isolated. It's good to be isolated so he can work on you. I know in my first couple months, I was isolated. He was working on me. I was changing. I became stronger, better, wiser. And first and foremost, I can't tell you what to ask for, but I ask for things like wisdom, strength. I don't ask for money because I know he can do that regardless. Like he's the creator of all things. He might then physically created all things, but he's the creator of all things. You gotta think about houses. Where did wood? Where these wood to build this house come from? You know, the trees, the water. He made that. you can't remake water. How do you remake water? You can't. He made. You know what I'm saying? Like the sun, he called the sun to ride every day. Like we ask for the smallest things, like money, the things we I ain't gonna say we don't need, but the things that will fade away eventually. We stress ourselves out about it, man. So it, I can't tell you what to ask for, but joy, peace, when you had it, when you draw near close to him, when you seeking his face daily, when you humbling yourself before him, when you change your ways and you not acting up and not allowing somebody to get you out of character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna be worried about the money. You gonna have faith. And I'm sure he will get you what you need in the time that you need it. And that's facts. But thank you for listening to me on this 3 a.m. talks. Oh, that clock wrong right there. It's 3:20. But yeah.